Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the player ratings. Everton 1, Bournemouth 0. Everton survive again. We're like cockroaches. We are becoming like cockroaches of the Premier League. We cannot be killed. Highly charged, highly emotional day at Goodison Park. We all went through it again, didn't we? We all went through it again. Got down to the ground about 2:15. Lots of people there. Atmosphere was building nicely. So nice to just see so many people and like in a sort of a happy mood before they had to go inside the ground. Saw Kevin Campbell on the Goodison Road. He got absolutely swamped by everyone when he got to the Winslow. But it was good that I managed to see him and speak to him before that. And then you could just feel the tension building and building. I actually got in the ground at like 3:15, something like that, 3:20. Just because I just needed to just be in there and not walking about or being in a pub or doing anything else, to be honest. I just needed to be in the ground and just like collect myself and have a sit down or whatever. It was it only really sort of hit me today. Well, not hit me, and known for a long time, but obviously it hit me today because it was today. And I tried to keep my emotions in check till today, which I think I did quite well, actually. The fans were amazing, as you'd expect. Before the game ebbed and flowed with the emotions. But obviously when everyone heard Leicester were winning, it just went very flat for a little bit. And then obviously you sort of reset with half time and you come out, you get that little bit of energy. And then obviously the goal went in, and the goal was just unbelievable. It was just such an instantaneous moment. It just sort of left his foot, and you didn't have any chance to even draw breath. It was in the back of the net. Sometimes goals are really slow going in. This one was just instantaneous. It was in the back of the net before you knew. And then Leicester had got the second goal, which just happened just a little bit after or around the same time. Luckily enough, there wasn't loads, certainly not in the Gladys Street, there wasn't loads of people worrying about that, or it was just like the winning, okay, sound. But obviously at that point, being 2-0 up, it was a case of, well, we knew we had to win then. It was do or die. And I thought for the most part we dealt with them quite well. We didn't really have too many more chances, sadly, to put the stamp on it. They brought that other fella on whose name escapes me, the big Welsh fella. And he did cause a little bit of trouble for us. When he came on, he did cause Kiefer Moore. That's right. He did cause a little bit of trouble for us, and obviously there was one that got cleared off the line, and then there was the save by Pickford in the 10. We knew it was going to be like quite a long injury time because of the injury to Pickford, where it looked like that Dominic Solanke had. What a little so and so he is, by the way. But we got through that, and there was a lot of long balls, but we dealt with it. We didn't really create loads. It was a typical Everton game this season, where a game where we think we're better than the opposition, we huff and puff, and we don't have that little bit of quality. But I can't fault any of the players today. I thought every single one of them stood up and won every like little 50-50, and if they didn't win it, they made it horrible for the opposition, and they were niggly, and they got in the faces, and they took the foul rather than let the person get in a run. And I thought all over the pitch we were good today in terms of that. Someone has just asked me to sing Dwight McNeil to the tune of Mr. Plough. Dwight McNeil, that name again is Dwight McNeil. There you go, Glenn. I'll sing anything. I'll sing anything today. I mean, you give me a super chat, so I will. So I think the issue today was, again, we're not really set up to play wing backs because they're not wing backs, and they didn't really know what they were doing as such. So we didn't quite have, at times, the defensive stability, but then other times we didn't have the attacking stability. But I thought both of them done really, really well. But yeah, it was, as I said, you can't fault anyone today. Every single person worked their bollocks off. Every single person put a shift in. Everyone that has been slagged off all season put a shift in. I thought the back line, bar maybe a couple of moments, were unbelievable. Connor Cody, unbelievable, considering he hasn't played for ages. Yerry Mina, calm and calculated. Well, I'll tell you what. It's the player ratings. Let's do our player ratings. John Pickford, unbelievable save. Unbelievable save. I thought he was, a couple of times, just stupid little kicks that not put us into trouble, but just give the possession back to them. But that save is a 10 out of 10 save. I don't care what anyone says. You're in the dying minutes of a game that you know you must win. You know you can't concede. And he gets the save. Stood up for himself as well a few times with Solanke and them just trying to be a little bit clever. But what a save that is. And again, it might look at it, you might go, well, it's a good height and all that kind of thing. It's the 95th minute of the game, in a game where you must win, and he's pulled it out, hasn't he? Unbelievable, just unbelievable save. The centre backs, James Tarkowski, solid, dependable. One little issue in the first half where he tried to be clever and he had the ball taken off him, and we had to make sure we got back, and I can't remember who it was. It might have been Yerry, I don't know, but apart from that, quite solid, very aggressive as well. That was really important to him. He was really, really aggressive as well. So James Tarkowski, I'm going to give him an 8. Connor Cody, the fact that he come back into the side, and I thought he had a good game, cleared one off the line. His interview after the game was brilliant for a guy who that probably is his last Everton game, unless Everton can get a really good deal for him from Wolves. Listening to him after the match, talking about we've been through that, talking like he was at the club last season, like it was his fault. What we've been through, this club doesn't deserve it. We. I was thinking, this is a lad who's been left out the side under the manager, which probably means he's going to go back to Wolves. Going to see basically his perfect move, because it is his perfect move, playing for a club in the city that he lives in. His kids go to Finch Farm. He lives about 20 minutes away from Finch Farm. All these things, it's the absolute perfect move for him. I just look, his interview is fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Now, whether they take up the option, I don't know. They don't have to, and Everton have to have a good look at it. Am I sitting here saying we should buy him? No, certainly not. We have to have a good look at everything. But that's what I mean, though. It was his last game, and you could just see how much it meant to him. And you that to me that's so important in a game like that. And again, I'm not like, I've torn strips off every player this season, of course I have. But I'd rather keep Connor Cody than Michael Keane and Mason Holgate. And then with Branthwaite coming back, that could be your 3. I don't know, but I thought he was brilliant today. Again, I'll give him an 8. Just again, leadership and everything else. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. But I mean, it wasn't looking like it was going to be on. But we'll see what happens. But brilliant game from him. Yerry Mina. I'm actually gutted that it's Yerry Mina's last game, even though he's got injury problems and all the rest of it. Wouldn't it just be typical Everton if Yerry Mina now went away, signed for someone, and he just played 35 games next season? Yerry Mina is a class above, really is. He's a top defender, very calm. He's dogged. He's definitely got years left in him, but I understand you can't sign him, and people will say, well, why not a pay-per-play? Would you want a pay-per-play if you were him when someone else might be offering you a deal? He'll get a good deal somewhere like Turkey, no problem. No problem. He's still a top defender. And what'll happen is he'll go away somewhere, he'll play consistently, and I bet you in January, some like top clubs are looking at him to come back to the Premier League. It just wouldn't surprise me at all, because he's such a good defender, but he is injury prone. I think he's played something like 45% of the games he at Everton that he's been in. It doesn't mean I'm not allowed to like the fella. I think his attitude is fantastic. His injuries have just cost us. Are they his fault? No, I don't think they are his fault. I think he wants to play, but his body just has broke down on him many times. We've got him in the side in the last few games, and we've looked so much better. And I think that if he'd been in the side against Leicester, we wouldn't have been in this position today. So, by the way, I'm not half cut. I haven't had a drink. I don't drink. I come home straight after the match, and I'm just exhausted by it. I'm absolutely just exhausted by it, mate. I don't drink. I stopped drinking 6 months ago. So everyone's gone out. All my family have gone out. I've come home to do my work. So, which is, I wouldn't have it any other way. This is what I earn my living from. But I'm just exhausted. Honestly, I am shattered. 10 months of this. 10 months of the stress. And I know everyone has to deal with that, but no, Yerry's fantastic. I'm gonna give Yerry a 9. I'm sad it's his last game. He's such an important, could have been such a player, but sadly, and I really hope wherever he goes, he has a brilliant rest of his career. I really do, because I just think he's the kind of fella. He came out in January when all the kids were all over him and saying, when he said, "I'll give my life," and I generally think you look at him and just think, yeah, honestly, so I'll give him a 9. James Garner, I think James Garner was I thought he was brilliant today. I thought he was brilliant last week. I think his attitude is absolutely spot on. It's the kind of attitude of a player who wants to play. It's the I want to play in this team, and I think that's maybe in the last few weeks where the managers looked at it and gone, I'll have to find somewhere for him to play. And he has. I thought his attitude, and he reads the game really well. The few times he tried to put the ball over his head, knowing that the wide lad had the pace on him, but he read it every time. He's very calm in possession. I've said the last few weeks, there's a player in there. There's a player, his attitude and the way he wants to play. There's a player in there, and hopefully over the next season we see that more, as maybe a Disagana Gay plays less games. If listen, Onana, I can't imagine Onana's going to be at the football club next season, but we'll see more and more of him hopefully. So brilliant again, and playing right wing back in a position which is not his position. It's not his position. But we'll see what happens with him next season. But he looks, he's put in the last few weeks. He really has put so much effort and work rate in. So I'll give him a 8.5. Dwight McNeil on the other side again worked his bollocks off today. Obviously it stops from being creative, doesn't it? And I thought he didn't really get up that much. He put some crosses in, but they weren't great crosses. But he just worked his backside off, and you can't ask for any more. You just can't ask for any more. And the last few weeks of the season, again, he's been someone who's put it in and really helped. The levels have gone up, and when the levels go up, then the next person to you has to take the level up. And I think he did that. He's been doing that in the last few weeks. So fair play to him. Dance on the Super Chat says, the one thing I absolutely don't want to see is any merch. Hang on, sorry, my thing's blocked here. Hang on, where are we here? Any merch or murals of tonight? Can we be relieved but not celebrating tonight would be pathetic. Spot on, mate. Spot on. I think you saw that in the ground with people running on the pitch. People weren't happy about it who stayed in the stands. This is not a moment for celebration. This is a moment for reflection, relief, and hopefully going on next season to hopefully being a little bit better, because we have to be better, otherwise we're going to be back down there again. In the midfield, Adesanya Gay, I thought was brilliant today. I thought he won every single battle. Every single battle he was in, I thought he won. I thought he kept control really, really well. Always getting a foot in. Always leading by example. I was just looking here. Sofa score, which is the stats thing I use, giving man of the match for us, with a 7.6. Their stats are slightly random at times. You do look at them. It's all based on passes and all that kind of stuff. Passes and that kind of stuff. 53 touches for Adesanya Gay, which is quite a lot for him actually. But we were playing at home in a must-win game. 8 out of his 13 ground duels won. Interceptions 3, tackles 7, clearances 2. Big good numbers then for Adesanya Gay. But his numbers are always good. His numbers are always really good. So yeah, I thought he was good. He led again, another one who led by example today, just getting in there, getting his foot in, and making sure nobody could get past him. And that's all it was about today at times. Just making sure that no one could get past him. So I'll give him 8.5. After like the goal scorer, he'll never score. He only had 36 touches of the ball. He'll never score a better goal than that. It was hit so cleanly. I come home and I watched it live, the video of it live from the game. And Gary Neville thought there was a deflection on it, but no. It was so clean. Such a clean hit. And it flew past the goalkeeper before he could even move. It was an unbelievable strike. I can't give the Corey anything less than a 10, because he is now down in Everton folklore, like Dominic Calvert-Lewin last season and Gareth Valery and Graham Stewart. These are not good things to be remembered for, but that's just the way it is, isn't it? That is just the way it is. No, his goal was superb, and I thought he played well in general. Like everybody else. But the goal was unbelievable, unbelievable. And he'll dine out on that one for many, many years to come. Amadou Onana, again, just worked hard, got his foot in, never made the mistake like he did last week of letting people get past them. Always got a foot in, kind of get a slide. Just if in doubt, slide tackle. That's basically what Onana did today. He actually made three tackles, 1 interception. Won 6 of his 8 ground duels, 4 of his 7 aerial duels, and again, very good. Plays the game at his own pace. I'll give him that. It can be a little bit infuriating at times when he is playing at that kind of slow pace, but done his job. I'll give him an 8. Alex Iwobi worked hard for the team. Every single play worked hard. Was trying to often put in clever little passes. They didn't really work, I'll be honest. Or crosses. They did put a bit of shape on them. They never really worked, but he worked hard. So I don't know. There's not much more I can say. Can't really remember. He won 3 of his 4 ground duels, won one of his aerial duels. But he just worked hard, closed down, got in people's faces, made sure it was hard, made it really hard for them. That's all you can do. He had 2 dribble attempts, both successful. No shots on target, no shots off target. Again, as I said, Alex Iwobi an 8. And Damari Gray, difficult, very, very difficult for him playing up front on his own. But I thought he worked hard. I thought he worked hard to win fouls. I thought he worked hard to hold the ball up. I thought he worked hard to just bring other players into the game. It's not natural for him to be playing up front on his own, and you can't exactly just launch the ball to him and expect him to win it in the air. So Damari Gray, 7.5, done his job. Difficult for him, but he done his job. Ellis Sims was the only sub, wasn't he? How long was he on the pitch? 14 minutes. Did he only have 1 touch? Ellison, I'll give him a 7 because we won and it's great, isn't it? I think that's everybody. I think that's everybody. If I've left anyone out, please tell me in the comments. Listen, we got the 3 points. Is it a day for celebration? No, it's a day to celebrate staying in the Premier League for relief, but it ain't a day to celebrate. It's a day to forget tomorrow and demand change, and we can't fall into that trap that we fell into last year, where we thought, "Oh, this is all great, this is all brilliant, blah blah blah." No, 2 months now of hard graft. Sean Dyche needs to know straight away what he's got for next season. If he needs to sell Onana, then sell Onana. Have your list and go and get your players. Or try and get your players now and get this team strengthened. Get some quality into it. Get a centre forward. Get some fullbacks. Get a creative midfielder. But go and do it now. Build out the squad. Get some youth into it. Get some quality buys, but not like for 20, 30 million quid. Like, get some quality buys from abroad where you're bringing them in and they're going to help your squad be better and more consistent. Personally, keep hold of the manager. No point sacking him. He's done the job he was asked to do. Just leave him in there. This is not over by any means. This isn't over in terms of if we don't get stability and get some good players, then we're in trouble. We're going to lose some players. The players who were all out of contract, I imagine, will go. Seamus will probably get a new contract, but I imagine everyone else will go. Well, Yeremini we already know is going. Like Tom Davis, obviously Decore saying, as I said, then Connor Cody not sure on because of he's on loan. Get some quality into this team, for God's sake. Enough quality that means that we're going to get 40 points by April, and just get it sorted as soon as possible. Get the people out the boardroom. Get new people, get new energy, get new ideas, and let's not do what we did last summer, where we went, oh well, we'll just go again. We'll go again, and bring in some, oh yeah, Dom will be fine. No, he won't. Dom is not going to be fine. He is not going to be fine. He breaks down after 4 or 5 games. He's not going to be fine. Get rid of Mope. Go and get a proper striker up front. That's what has to happen. If it doesn't happen, we'll be back here next season. It's as simple as that. There's so many good teams now in the Premier League. Excuse me. There's too many good teams now in the Premier League. We need quality. Branthwaite come back as well. Opportunity for him. Hopefully the manager uses him. That has to start tomorrow. Simple as that. Simple as that. So, me and Baz will be doing more on this, obviously. Not next week because Baz is on holiday. But the week after, I imagine. So this can't. I mean, there's no point saying this can't happen again because it shouldn't have happened again. It's fourth time now I've been involved. Fourth time I've been involved in this now, and it's just ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous, and I'm just sick of going to match. I'm sick of going to match like at the last game and being worried about not myself and my family and you know, it's and the people around me, and it's garbage. It's absolutely garbage, and it really wouldn't take that much. It really wouldn't take that much. But what it needs is people to get their heads out their arses to understand what the situation is. Now, that's why I would not get... Sean Dyche would be the manager next season for that reason, because he knows that. He's a pragmatist. He knows the situation. So start from that point. Let him and Kevin Fell get on with the job, and all those other people stop being involved. Get that stadium built, and let's start pulling away from those bottom. That doesn't mean we're heading for Europe. What it means is just get away from that area of the league, like Wolves have. Like, I mean, Villa have done it brilliantly, but you know, buy some quality and we'll get away from it. It's as simple as that. Right, I'm gonna go. Hopefully Baz is doing his videos. He's done his first one, I think. So I'm having a day off tomorrow. I don't care. I'm having a day off. So we'll be back with the final word on Tuesday. It'll be live on Toffee TV Premiere. I think we all need to chill out tomorrow. I need to chill out tomorrow. I need to I need to not be worrying about football, and I certainly won't be worrying about football. So there you go. It's been a long one. It's been an emotional one, and it's over, and we can just relax for a few weeks, can't we? Till it all starts again. Shortest summer, isn't it? I think ever, or certainly for a long time anyway. So there you go. Celebrate, do what you want to do, but tomorrow let's move on. Let's make our club a better football club, because if we don't do it, they won't do it. It's as simple as that. And without us, they are nothing. So everyone have a good night, and I'll catch you all later. See you later.